Good morning. It may have been a Des Moines Register journalist that had a column a little bit about a lot of things, ma era un giornalista per la Des Moines Register che avete un pezzo tutte le settimane, every week, un po' di tanta roba, no? First, love the Sixers hat. LeBron, much like Tiger Woods, didn't like when he was young and cocky, liked him later in his career. Unfortunately, very unfortunate that a couple of years after I started liking LeBron, he had some unfortunate professional and personal challenges. But now he's going for the league million, 3-point league veteran minimum, 3.9 million. But do you wear your hat like this? Like this, or I call it the Kevin Leonard style, like a young kid, if you could see it, like that. Porto il cappello perché Tiger Woods e LeBron James non mi piacevo quando sono giovane perché sono troppo tutto è me, it's all about me. Misfortunato Tiger che cosa ha fatto la vita, del fisica, so it's too bad what affected Tiger with his physical nature. LeBron va alla Philadelphia 76ers per $3.9 milioni, il minimum per un veteran che ha giocato tanto nella liga. A little bit about a lot of things, un po' di tanto. Oakland Raiders, the original Oakland Raiders originale, ma beviamo? C'è una bottiglia dentro lì, un po' caldo. We're drinking, of course, from the Oakland Raiders cup. I've already got a bottle in there. It's warm. I pull out of the cupboard and spaced off, but Fever Tree, and they've got a ginger beer. They've got some other stuff, sparkling grapefruit, and you can't see the sediment, so I pour it out quickly. Allora metto lì dentro perché abbiamo un po' di zucchero, see? But this reminds me of what they call here maybe a spritz, but Americans will drink a Campari or an Aperol. Ma è come non si dice spritz in italiano? American beve un Campari o un Aperol, but those are alcoholic. Quello lì sono con alcolico. Good. Bueno. And that was Italian, not Spanish. Bueno. E quello lì è italiano, non spagnolo. Bueno. It's both, in this case. E tutti e due con questa parola. But in Italy, they have, I don't know if they have an alcoholic Campari, but they have San Bitter. S-A-N is first word, B-I-T-T-E-R, and it's made with bitters and things, and I love it. Love the drink. When I went there in Italy, August 13th, ironically 2 years ago, this week, to August 23, 2024, the older son, I got the store brand, and the store was called Conad, grocery store. Ma qui in America non ce l'ha non alcolico, senza alcohol. come la San Bitter e la Campari, sì. Nessuno compra in Des Moines. Nobody buys it in Des Moines. Maybe in New York and the largest cities, or mail order. I know you can get it, thanks to my big brother. Sent me some. Ma non si può comprare la San Bitter, ma il negozio in città più grande come New York City. Città di New York. Ma abbiamo bevuto la marca di negozio, di Conad, 2 anni fa. I probably drink a six-pack, but they were so small in 12 hours because I bought it one night. I had to finish it all the next night as we had landed in Bologna that August, and then spent all night with my my late mama's sister. I won't say that in English. Mama. Late mama's sister's house. My Aunt Claudia, who was alive at that point, with my first cousin Yanis, whose brother Larry, passed away. So that puts me at 4 first cousins, and I may not get into how that means I actually had 6, but I was not alive for one. And those other 4 are on Babo's side. Another no translation, that's dad. Allora, perché ho bevuto 6 piccole bottiglie, agosto 13 a 23, dialetti Emilia Romagna. The dialect of Emilia Romagna, or some say Emiliano, o forse dice Emiliano. Probably even more precisely my province of Reggio Emilia, o forse anche la dialetto di la Reggio Emilia. But we had 12 hours between when we landed in Bologna and we drove to my hometown. And that gets to be a convoluted mess if I want to try and explain it. Well, someone could explain it better than me. Ma Dozzaro di arrivare nel Castelfranco Emilia, the city's called Castelfranco Emilia, where Zia Claudia was. Her husband, era la moglie di Zio Servilio Borghi, che ha morito tanti anni fa. So Zia Claudia was the wife of Zio Servilio Borghi, who had passed away many years earlier. And like I said, before I went to my hometown in Morsciano, and that's another story which someone else could tell much more concisely than me, and it wouldn't be a long story. Allora, ho imparato, ma nella testa mi dice, abbiamo andato luglio e agosto, ma per 4-5 settimane, 3-4 anni, un feria dopo 3 o 4 anni prossimo, un'altra 3 anni dopo, un'altra quando sarà bambino. So we would go on vacation to Italy every 4 or 5 years when we were children, and this is how I got used to what I would call the city and the country. But actually in Italian I would say the plains and the mountains. Zia Claudia, Zio Servilio had their business there. And over to my father's side, his baby brother, Zio Ivano, also worked in the city or the plains. And we still have Zio Ivano. He's the last Rossi uncle or aunt that we have. Now we have his wife, Zia Nelly. With Dad's older sister, Zia Della. Her widow would be Zio Giuseppe, Uncle Joe, Uncle Joseph, right, Francesco? Allora abbiamo non la città è la... ma e dove sono la contadino? Lì si chiama la montagna, la pianura, ma abbiamo uno zio Ivano, perché è la moglie, la zia Nelly. Abbiamo la zia Della, sorella più vecchio di mio fratello Venuccio. Ha morito, abbiamo zio Giuseppe. Or I started calling him by his nicknames without saying Zio at the beginning. He's 97 years old, praise the Lord. Usfin, or Beppo, you would remember the restaurant, Buca di Beppo. Buca means hole, Beppe means cave, so hole Beppo means Joe. So Buca di Beppo, Joe's hole, Joe's cave. So the restaurant was Joe's Cave, technically, but we just call it Buca di Beppo, Buca di Beppe. Again, rambling. So that was, we go every 4 to 5 years, 1973, 1977, 1980. So I was 7 years old, 11 years old, and 14 years old. Allora abbiamo andato in ferie nel 73, 77 e 80. Avevo 7 anni, 10 anni, no, 11 anni e 14 anni. Nato nel 66 nell'ospedale Sant'Anna a Costanova nel Monte, sì. E vennero agli Stati Uniti 68, con la mamma e babbo andato alla scuola cattolica per 4 anni e ha lavorato nel negozio di zia Ermelinda Campomignano, sposato zio di Francesco Rossi, si chiama Amedeo Rossi. Being born in 66, that's how you get 7 years to 73 in our first vacation, etc. My mom and I immigrated from Italy, immigrated to the United States. I guess Dad did too. In 1968, Dad had come here, went to parochial school, from 54 to 58. 54, 58 ho lavorato nel negozio, sì, Rossi Importing. Dopo è andato a Italia per 10 anni, lavorato continuo, ha sposato mamma 64, scusi, 58, 64, sposato, 64, 66, sono stato nato 78, Stati Uniti. So Dad was at Dowling 54 to 58, worked in Rossi Importing, Zia Linda, Zio Amadeo's store in Des Moines, which it's only Graziano's now. Back then it was Graziano, Rossi Importing, others. Adesso abbiamo un negozio, Fratelli Graziano, ma avuto Rossi Importing, Fratelli Graziano, no, oltre negozio. 70 and fa and older, 70 years ago and earlier. Rossi Importing being sold around 1960. Hanno venduto Rossi Importing a 1960. So we always went to Italy. Use these 3 years as examples. Late July, early August, hotter than anything. And then figuring out, oh, the feast of the patron saint of my town, August 10th. And then, I don't know if there's an exact date. August 10th, I think a few days later, and my brother Amedeo could confirm there's a Ferragosto. Allora sono in ferie perché il 10 di agosto abbiamo la festa di San Lorenzo, ma quel giorno non lo so il data, il 13, 14, 15 Ferragosto, ma sono grandi feste questi, eh? So, and then there was also Ferragosto, again, like I said, I don't know the date, but it was this past week. Era questo settimane fa, Ferragosto. Ma ho imparato che la chiesa è la chiesa di San Lorenzo. A San Lorenzo non è un prete. Questo prete dopo è stato morito, ma ha fatto miracoli, un santo. Questo è un deacon. Ma allora, abbiamo chiesa di San Lorenzo, sono nato sul battismo, abbiamo festa di San Lorenzo. So it's like, yeah, the feast of St. Lawrence, August 10th, San Lorenzo. Oh, my parents were married in 64 in the church of San Lorenzo, and every August 10th they have the feast of San Lorenzo. And then I was saying in Italian, it's not like a priest who became a saint. I didn't know the translation for nun and sister who became a saint because they had performed miracles. He was a deacon, anyway. And with my knowledge, we won't get into leaders, overseers, and deacon-led churches and elder-led churches. Stupido. Stupid. Ho lavorato nel telefono dopo finire 30 anni alla compagnia che ha venduto assicurazione di Sante. Nel telefono abbiamo il meeting, sì, un video. Io sempre, ma parlo di me. Ma sei stupido, e tutti gli altri gente, non dici quello lì, like, ascolta, dici che cosa vuol dire? Voglio chiamare Doriano questo, va bene, ma non un sporchizia, non un parola, sporca. I'd be in these words after I retired from the company that sold health insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Iowa, IASD Health Service Corporation, Wellmark. But, we'd have meetings, whatever, the couple years after I retired from my first job, and, Zoom meetings, whatever. And I refer to myself, stupid, whatever. No, don't say that. Don't say it. It's like, look, I call myself whatever I want. That's not a dirty word. I'm not cursing. It's interesting. We talk about Italian Americans. I realize it. When I'm here, it just seems like I'm Italian. And when I'm there in 84, where I was born, St. Anne's Hospital in, I don't know if the translation, Castelnuovo in Monte is Newcastle in the mountain, but that's all in our frazione, I'll say county, or close to it, might be 1 over from Villa Manozzo. I was at a store there in '84. I remember it was raining, and my son wanted a yoga mat. And after several minutes of talking to me, and me noting that 3 million euros for one bike, all the rest were 5 million euros, which is like what? Sorry, 3.000. Thousand, mila is thousand. Milione is million. Why are all these bikes 5,000 euros and only one is 3,000? Well, they're all e-bikes. But the woman said, "No, you're not Italian. You're American." And I was upset for 15 minutes. I'd gone off. I was trying to find my grandson a souvenir and a shirt, and I had photos like, "No, I'm not buying New Balance or Adidas, Nike. Who cares about it in Europe?" Ma questa donna ha detto, ma piove quello giorno, 24, per quello 10 giorni, in 24 for those 10 days. Ma non sei italiano, sei americano, ma sono mad. Per 15 minuti e dopo, siamo lì a comprare qualcosa per mia nipote. No, ho tolto foto, ma non voglio comprare la New Balance o la Nike. Nike è niente in Europa. Ho comprato qualcosa, solo dice Italia. I think maybe I bought him a shirt that says Italy or Jersey. But I realized, yeah, over there, I'm American. Allora ho realizzato che, sì, lì sono americano. And we were blessed again in 2025 to go for 10 days and able to bring my beautiful bride of my wife of 36 years and our only daughter. Dopo abbiamo andato 25 un anno fa per 10 giorni in ottobre con mia moglie bella bride di 36 anni, il figlio più vecchio, la solo figlia. Abbiamo 3 maschi e un femminile per 10 giorni anno scorso. So yeah, my oldest son went both years with me, 24 and 25, but in 25 in October, it was myself, our oldest son, our daughter, and as I said, my beautiful bride. And I've had some anxiety this year. I'm like, I'm done. I went at age 58. I went at age 59. My father had passed away when we got back shortly after the trip in October. My mom had passed a couple years earlier. And this anxiety, like, I'm not going to go back to Italy. I had, after 36 years, from 1988 to 2014, hadn't been there, raised a family, had my career. But now my brother was there for 2 weeks. So it's like, oh man, 2 weeks by myself, get the car, drive to the other side of, shall we say, the mountain, to see another little town where there's, I think, a ski slope. And I have a cousin who works in a grocery store. Second cousins. It gets big because of all the brothers and sisters my grandfather had and my brothers and sisters my grandmother had. These are both on my mother's side now. But very important that all the relatives here, my second cousins and third. My dad actually had first cousins because his mom's sister and brother were here. I already mentioned Linda, but John had children. And watching my brother these last 2 weeks, I'm like, I got to do it, you know. Ma ho andato 58 e babbo ha morito quando abbiamo ritornato agli Stati Uniti. Again, 58 anni. Ho andato 58, no, cioè 59 anni. Avevo nervoso, ma ho finito, ma ho mica andato per 36 anni, 88, 24, perché abbiamo fatto una famiglia e ho lavorato per 30 anni. Ma dopo queste 2 settimane a guardare mio fratello, mo voglio andare per 2 settimane. Solo io. Abbiamo con un macchina e guido a Marciano lì a Fabio vedere il negozio dove ho lavorato mia cugina. This is a store my cousin works, which is next to a cafe. So that's the clincher. Have some cafe espresso or espresso or whatever. My brother's the expert on those beverages. I just drink them cheap out of an espresso lookalike pod, just like you got the K-Cup lookalike pods, but then K-Cup came up with a new one. Espresso came out with Virtuo. Bob's your uncle. Abbiamo il negozio di mia cugina, un caffè, un bar caffè così. Beviamo caffè espresso, ma io bevo questi pastiglie, con la macchina. Mette dentro la pastiglia, boom, espresso, sporchizia. You put in the capsule, the espresso capsule, boom, you have an espresso. It's a filthy drink. It's not like a real one. I always thought it was called an espresso pot. There was a mocha pot that Mama had, and you've never seen these things. You got to. 2 parts. Like our old coffee machines. It was a percolator, right? The water went from the top, hit the basket, and brewed the coffee. But it wasn't an espresso pot she had. It was called a mocha pot. My amico es vero espresso come la mamma, questi con la pastiglia nella macchina. Abbiamo una mocha pot. Si chiama mocha? La battaglia in italiano? Mamma ha sempre fatto quello lì. Ma it's a funny story because, as my brother would say, you brew it low and slow. So imagine this, the mocha pot being over the gas flame. And one time that mocha pot, it's got a plastic handle. And I just set it off to the side a little bit. And the heat came up the side and off came that handle. Allora mio fratello dice che si face low, sotto, low, basso e piano. Ma ho sbagliato con la mocha pot. Messo un po' alla destra, moved it to the left, and dopo il nero and spaccato, the black handle. I don't know all the words there. Good story. After I did that, my brother had a 3 to 4 cup. My brother sent me a 5 to 6 cup machine he mail ordered. That's a lot of espresso, but allora mio fratello avevo uno di 3 a 4 tasse. Dopo quello ha spaccato la handle. Mi ha mandato un mail order di 5-6 tasse, ma quello sono tanto espresso. Allora quello 30 minuti, fine, basta. Dio ti benedetto. Questa domenica abbiamo 10 e 7 minuti nella mattina lì. Domenica il 14 di agosto 2026 nell'anno del nostro Dio. Dio ti benedica, va bene? So we've gone for 30 minutes. It's 10:07 there. 3 7 8 minuti alla mattina qui. It's 3:08 here in the morning, and I've gone for 30 minutes. So have a great, blessed Sunday, August 14th, in the year of our Lord 2026. God bless you.